Once again, a very good morning, everyone. We now start our inaugural ceremony of the 10th International Diabetes and Endocrine Conference, DECON 2024. We welcome you all to this session. I hope everyone from the hall are ready.
Well begun is half done. Let us now begin with the Tamil Thai Valtu. I request you all to rise for the Tamil Thai Valtu. Please be seated. We will have our traditional lamp lighting ceremony. As we light the lamp, may we have the wisdom to make this world a better place. May the darkness of ignorance be swept away by the dawn of self-realization. Now, I welcome Dr. A. Muruganathan, Dr.Suresh Damodaran, Padma Shri Dr. V. Mohan, Dr. Alistair Lump, and Dr. KVS Harikumar to light the traditional Kuttuvilakku.
Thank you, doctors. If your actions inspire others to dream more, learn more, do more and become more, you are a leader. And one such leader is our organizing secretary, Dr. Suresh Damodaran. I would now invite him for the welcome address. Sir, you may.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for being here. I'm really grateful that you could all take time and just join here, and it's almost the 10th year. I would first welcome Chief Guest Dr. Narayanasamy, who's the Vice Chancellor of MGR University, but because of the government visit, he won't be able to make, but I think he'll join at some point in between his governor's visit to the university. So Alistair Lum, he's the chair of Diabetes Technology Network. Probably That's the Network for Technology in UK, and he's the chairing that. And then Padma Shri Dr. V. Morgan, he doesn't need introduction. It's just first time I've seen him just being here 3 days, and I think he's contributing in all the sessions. Thanks, sir. And Dr. Muruganathan, it's his program, so he's there with me for all the 10 years of journey. And members of Educational Committee of International Society of Endocrinology, they'll be there. I think they're from Switzerland. They were being a lot of backbone for me in supporting the event. And ISE is, as you know, not supported many events in India. They are with us for almost 4 or 5 years now. And then Dr. Dang Trang Hu, he's the president of Asian Federation. He will be joining us from Vietnam. And then Dr. Madhu Pandey, representing South Asian Federation of Endocrine Societies, is here directly. And Dr. Ketan, first time ABCD, which is the Association of British Clinical Diabetologists, as associated with any international body. And Ketan will be joining. And then Dr. Vivian Lim, she's here, and she's representing the AFES. And Dr. K.V.S. Harikumar, he's the Secretary for Endocrine Society of India. And then all the awardees and faculty members and delegates. It's a journey almost like a decade, and 2014 it'll all begin, and that's a long way it's come. And it started with the idea of just to start with the education of the treatment, and then how to do as a multidisciplinary team. And that was the rationale. And then anyway, there are a lot of people practicing diabetes already, so just streamlining the education rather than just complaining about it. And that was the rationale, one of the rationales. And people were training and going to places like Mumbai and Chennai and a lot of other regions for the education. And it's okay for 1 or 2 meetings, but when they want to upskill themselves, it has to be a regional meeting that has to work. And that is another reason that it started. And then it is more focused on the education. And as you can see, it's all more academic-oriented program with 2-3 halls packed with program. And it started as International Diabetes Summit, but I think it's evolved as an International Diabetes Endocrine in 2015. And started working, improvising the conference. And we did for the training for the paramedical people as a para-DECON, which is for the pharmacy, clinical pharmacists, nursing students, and professionals. And we did for nurses, collaborating with Endocrine Society India, 2 to 3 times in a big way for a global nursing programs with all the critical care nursing global team, and also the Diabetes Society, Diabetes Educational Nursing Society. So 2019, we honored the living legends. So I think people, once the oration is given, oration has been given for the people who can't, probably they will be seeing us, but they won't be able to select the people who's coming for the oration. And I discussed with Dr. Mohan, and he's readily agreed that has happened in 2019. Just can you see the journey of Dr. Morgan's oration? Dr. Parthaka, Dr. Andrew Boulton is the IDF president then, and Louis Philipson, and then Omganda from Chicago last year. And we got a very prestigious speaker for Satyanath Mugapate from Calcutta. These are all selected by Dr. Morgan. Can you see the difference? I think, and that was the idea, rationale behind selecting for the people who are living legends. And Dr. Morgan, I inspire with a lot of things with this academic thing, and then whatever the legacy he picked up, but it has to be channelized in the right way with the focus and towards the education. I think he's done really successfully, no question about it. And then along with that, research development and education, and the important aspect we all work for as a commercial thing. So I really inspired with Dr. Morgan carrying all these hats together. I know how it's challenging for us even to do the clinical work in everyday practice. Just imagine doing all this. With everything going all well, and then we started Dr. Muruganathan oration 2 years later. And this is Dr. Muruganathan oration. George Abraham from the Foundation of Servant Leadership, it's an American physician group, and then Mumtaj Patel, she's the Royal College of Physicians, and William Fox, and Professor Ramachandran, we have all seen him. He would, I think Dr. Muruganathan mentioned two, three times where Dr. Ramachandran has mentioned, even called me and passed the message. He was really keen to come, but he couldn't make it. So with everything going well, the pandemic came in 2019, and then 2020, we got the theme called DECON CVD with cardiovascular disease, digital 2020. And then we set up the awards as well. This is the awards that has been going through, and we got a panel for that, and Dr. Madhu, see the prestigious awards of people in year-wise, that is Dr. Shujai Ghosh, Nirmala Jaishankar from Apollo in Chennai, and then Bindit Kandilwal from Northeast, and then people who contributed locally as well. So there are a lot of criteria to select it, and you can see the awardees this year as well, but we will come to that in a minute. So special mention, Dr. Muruganathan has been with us for almost 10 years. And in between, I think we did this thing for Africa. So connected north, east, west of Africa and formed a group. And because Africans, education-wise, they look for people and there is a huge potential, and also in terms of education, a lot of things are run by the nurses, and the resources are very limited. So we linked the African this thing, and we did a program linking with ISE, and that is in 2 years we did it, and now currently I think we are going in a different this thing with all the bodies together. From 2021, the pandemic has come down. At that time, even we reached around 18,000 hits, and we can show a few of this thing if we can. I think this has come a long way, and it's all without your support, it wouldn't have come. And all the bodies trusted, and it is very important that everybody is supported, and it's all happened. And thank you for. I stop there, and it is 10th year. Thanks for all your support.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for your support. Now we will be displaying a video showcasing the journey of a decade of DECON.
Thank you. Now I welcome the respected dignitaries onto the dais. Dr. A. Muruganathan. I call Dr. Suresh Damodaran onto the dais. Now, I invite Dr. Padmashri Dr. V. Mohan. Now I invite Dr. Alistair Lump onto the dais. I request Dr. KVS Harikumar onto the dais.
Thank you, doctors. Now I request our respected Dr. Padmashri Dr. V. Mohan to felicitate our inaugural ceremony.
Respected dignitaries on the dais and off the dais, ladies and gentlemen, it gives me great pleasure to be here at the inaugural function of DECON 2024. I have been associated with this event for several years now, and I must congratulate Dr. Suresh Damodaran for doing this event year on year and getting it better and better every year. There are a lot of conferences in India being organized, particularly in the field of diabetes and endocrinology. So one might wonder, why are there so many conferences? I think knowledge today is progressing so fast that almost week to week you have to keep updating yourself. And then there are only few meetings like this which give a comprehensive overview of the subject. The way he has divided the halls into Hall A and Hall B, and in one hall pure endocrinology sessions are going on, in the others mixed bag with a lot of emphasis on diabetes. There are very few meetings like this where it is being held. I think the success of Dr. Suresh Damodaran is due to several factors. Firstly, his friendship, his down-to-earth attitude, and the fact that he has so many friends who care for him and who respond to his invitation. Secondly, he brings to the table several talents which he picked up not only in this country but also in the UK. He has had a stint in the UK where he underwent his training, and then many people stay on in the UK, but he chose to come back to serve his motherland, and he chose the city of Coimbatore, and Coimbatore is very lucky to have him here. And then it's, as he mentioned, it's one thing to do practice and to serve your patients, but then to spread knowledge about the disease, not only to the medical profession but also to the public. It's not easy. Most people don't have time for it, but he finds the time and the energy for it. If you're looking at him, you see him running from hall to hall, so may God continue to give him the energy. And of course, he has had the support of Dr. Muruganathan from the very beginning, who has been his mentor and guided him. When he approached me a few years ago and said that he wanted to start an oration in my name, I was deeply embarrassed and told him no, actually. But then he persisted and he said, no, I'm going ahead, whether you agree or not. And so now I'm very lucky that in my lifetime itself, this is the only place where there's an oration in my name. And so I'm very grateful to him for that honor also which he has given. And not only that, he asks us to suggest names of people who can deliver the orations. And this year I'm very happy that my good friend and colleague, Dr. Satyanath Mukhopadhyay, whom you will be listening to immediately after his inauguration, is here. He's come all the way from Kolkata. So my heartiest congratulations to you, Dr. Suresh Damodaran. I know you have a huge team with you, and the way they have all been running around. I've been congratulating some of them. I just wanted to give my slides yesterday, and they came running with me right up to the preview room, and till they saw that it was done, they did not even leave me. And the person in the preview room was here today and saying, "Are you all set?" We don't see such kind of personalized service in many conferences, so it shows how much they respect you and love you. So wish you all the very best. Heartiest congratulations and big kudos to you. Thank you.
I welcome our chief guest, Dr. Badri Narayan, onto the stage. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Padma Shri Dr. V. Mohan, for the kind words. Now, I request Dr. Alistair Lam to felicitate the meeting.
Thank you very much to the organising committee and all of you for the honour of joining you here for this conference. It's a real honour for me to come here and represent the organisation that I chair, the Diabetes Technology Network in the UK, in partnership with DECON. And I think just looking through the scientific programme, you can see that there's a huge amount of fantastic work going on, and there's a huge amount of insight available here in this conference. And I think what we are really excited about is the opportunity to build partnerships, in research, to build partnerships in education, and to build partnerships in learning together between the UK and the team here in India. This is a fantastic opportunity for me as an individual. It's a fantastic opportunity for us as an organisation. And I'm grateful to Suresh for the opportunity. And I'd like to congratulate Suresh and all of you on 10 years of DECON, which is an impressive achievement and one to build on for the future.
Thank you, Dr. Alistair. Now we have Dr. Dang Tron to felicitate the meeting. He will be joining us virtually.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's my pleasure to be invited to deliver this address on behalf of the Asian Federation of Endocrine Society, AFES. AFES is an association of the National Endocrine Society in Southeast Asia. It shares the same vision as DECON, that is to elevate the standards of endocrinology, diabetology, and internal medicine in the region. It was not difficult to AFES to make a decision when invited to join DECON in 2020 to organize a joint symposium to promote the development of the endocrinology both within and beyond the borders of the Southeast Asia. On behalf of the AFES Council, I would like to congratulate the organizing committee for the great success of DECON 2024. It has attracted more than 8,000 registrants with 40% overseas attendees joining this 10th edition. I trust you will have a very engaging session with the local and international experts at the hybrid meeting. I would like to take the opportunity to invite you to attend our next AFES Congress, which will be held from 19th to 21st September 2025 in Da Nang, Vietnam, a beautiful city surrounded by the many UNESCO heritage sites in the Vietnam. Enjoy the meeting and see you in Da Nang, Vietnam at IFES 2025. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Dang Tran Hu, for the kindful words. Now I request Dr. KVS Harikumar to felicitate the meeting.
Good morning, everybody. Dignitaries on the dais and off the dais. I congratulate Dr. Suresh for an excellent show, and it is, I would say, growing, ever growing. 10 years is not a small time frame, and now that the DECON has entered the puberty, I am sure it will grow as a big adult, which we are all looking forward to. Wish you best of luck, Dr. Suresh. And we are part and parcel of Endocrine Society of India. He was our vice president few years back. And the South Asian Federation of Endocrine Societies, which the Indian Society is also part of, is represented in a big way. We have a lot of collaboration, lot of research collaboration, lot of data collection, and lot of registries flowing between these countries, because as we know, Dr. Mohan has shown us that, say, South Asian phenotype is not what you all look for as a simple diabetes. So you have, even in endocrine disorders, you have different phenotypes depending on the regional ethnic variations. So we are working on such and identifying some of those which will help in managing our patients better in our clinical practice. So some of that are being discussed. We presented few papers yesterday also, and CEPHIS is being represented in a big way in some of these meetings, and we have partnerships and as well as participation from most of these countries. So without wasting much time, I congratulate Dr. Suresh once more and wish to see it as a big giant in this region. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Harikumar. Next, we have Dr. Ketan to felicitate the meeting. He will be joined with us virtually.
Hello, everybody. Thank you for inviting me to be part of this. I remember being there last year, and I'm very sorry I cannot be there this year. But I'd want to just echo what everybody else has said and to congratulate the organisers, in particular Suresh, for such a fantastic meeting. As many of you will remember, I was there last year, and it was, I remember, one of the highlights of my conference season last year. I just want to say to everybody that this, as Suresh says, this is one of the very few international collaborations that we have as the Association of British Clinical Diabetologists. I invite you all to be part of that organisation. I invite you to come to our conference in the UK this September or next September. I appreciate it's only a few weeks away. It really just, all I want to say really thank you. Thank you for being, allowing us to be part of this fantastic meeting, and I wish you every success for this meeting and every meeting going forward, because I know that it's going to last for several years to come. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Ketan, for those kind words. Next, we would like to share the video from the members of the International Society of Endocrinology.
Welcome at DECON 2024. A heartfelt welcome from ISE, the team of the International Society of Endocrinology. My name is Helen. I'm the director of ISE, and with me is Pamela, who's our education manager. We've been a supporter of DECON conference since a couple of years, and we're happy to do a short introduction of ISE. Our vision is optimize lifelong health for people with endocrine and metabolic disorders worldwide. Our board is representing the global scope of ISE around the world with 16 board members. We focus on advocating for endocrine inclusive global health. We champion in emerging endocrinology networks, and we deliver endocrine education around the globe, disseminating knowledge and research. We also support early career endocrinologists, and we facilitate collaboration around the different organizations around the world. Our membership, as you can see, spans the globe from Canada all the way down to Malaysia and from Afghanistan to Mexico. We represent 47 national endocrinology societies with about almost 25,000 HCPs. CME support that we do, of one, which DECON is one, we support CMEs in national societies, like we did for Korea, Japan, Sri Lanka, and as you can see, DECON these days, where there's a heartfelt welcome from ISE. The International Congress happens every 2 years. We had a very successful edition just this March in Dubai, and happy to announce that in 2026, mark the dates, we will be in Kyoto, Japan, 2 to 5th of June. I hand over to my colleague now, who's in charge of all of the education for ISE.
Thank you, Helen, and welcome to DECON. We would like to take this opportunity also to invite you to explore our ISE Global Education Hub. It's our free year-round online platform featuring accredited educational activities and resources in endocrinology. So if you scan the QR code, you will get an overview of everything we offer. Once you log into our education platform, you will find webinar recordings, e-learning courses, Ask the Expert videos, highlights from past ICE congresses, but also recordings from partner events like DECON. We would also like to invite you to explore the MedBus videos we have on the MedBus YouTube channel. This is a joint initiative between the South Asian Federation of Endocrine Societies, the Pakistan Endocrine Society, and ISE. There are 3 to 5 educational videos in the field of metabolism, endocrinology, and diabetes. And we organize all these activities with our credo in mind, which is we serve those who need us,
With the support of those who believe in us.
Thank you, and we wish you a great meeting.
Thank you, goodbye.
Thank you. Next, we would love to welcome our Honorable Chief Guest, Mr. V. Badrinarayanan, IPS, Superintendent of Police, Coimbatore District. He has completed BTech Instrumentation from the NIT Trichy. He has won numerous achievements, among which he has awarded the prestigious Mehta Cup for Best Academic Excellence. Also, he has received the Best Performing Superintendent of Police Award from the Honorable Chief Minister. I would love to invite and welcome him onto the stage, Dr. V. Mohan. I would request Dr. V. Mohan to welcome our chief guest onto the dais.
Thank you, doctors. Now moving to the DECON 2024 award ceremony. Awards are a motivational tool that keeps you going. Besides being a mark of excellence, awards help boost your morale and help you aim and achieve bigger accomplishments. In a way to reward creative excellence, awards come handy. Awards help encourage people to give their best, express empowerment, and take thoughtful risk. And in that way, DECON has never failed to recognize, honor, and appreciate our leaders in this profession.
For the first award, we would be having the Outstanding Contribution to Endocrinology Award. Success is not a function of the size of your title, but the richness of your contribution. The first award is awarded to Professor S.K. Singh for his exemplary works in the field of endocrinology. We request Padma Shri Dr. V. Mohan to present the award to Sir.
Excellence is never an accident. It is always the result of high intention, sincere effort and intelligent execution. It represents the wise choice of many alternatives. Choice, not chance, determines your destiny. The DECON Clinical Excellence Award 2024 goes to Dr. Geeta T. We like to invite Mr. Badri Narayanan to honor Dr. Geeta.
Thank you. A wise person doesn't ask what have I achieved, but rather what have I contributed. And here we have Dr. R. Palanisamy to receive the Outstanding Contribution to Rural Healthcare Award 2024. This award will be presented by Dr. A. Muruganathan.
Wherever the art of medicine is loved, there is also a love of humanity. So is our Doctor of Decade 2024, Dr. Banshi Sabu, for his numerous achievements and all contributions he has done in the field of diabetes and endocrinology through education and practice. We welcome Dr. Alistair Lum to honor him with the award.
Nothing stops the man who desires to achieve. Every obstacle is simply a course to develop his achievement muscle. It is a strengthening of his powers and accomplishment. And one such is our recipient of Lifetime Achievement, Professor Kamlesh Kunti. But unfortunately, he is not able to be with us. Can we all have a round of applause for Professor?
Thank you, doctors. Now, DECON 2024 oral and poster presentation, which was
we have the Lifetime Achievement Award and Pride of DECON Achievement, Professor Kamlesh Kunti Award.
DECON 2024 oral and poster presentation, which was held on 9/8/2024. Now I welcome Dr. Suresh and Mohan to present the poster presentation winners. First, I welcome the first position in the poster presentation competition, Jayajit Majumdar, on the title Trigon Line, an alkaloid can mitigate the chronic stress in diabetic rats. The second position was secured by Kavya H on the title The Role of Honey's Bioactive Composition and Its Influence on Metabolic Health Outcomes. Unfortunately, she could not join us. Moving to the third position, I invite Sugandh for the poster presentation on the topic comparing the safety and efficacy of vildagliptin and dapagliflozin as an add-on therapy to metformin in patients with type 2 diabetes mellitus. Now I invite Dr. Mohan to give the award.
Thank you very much, dear doctors. Now, I request Mr. Badrinarayanan to welcome the Chief Guest Address.
Good morning to all the fellow professionals here. At the outset, I would like to thank Dr. Muruganathan for calling me here today. And coming here, seeing a name board on the stage took me back to my school days. I was just discussing with Dr. Mohan. You know, my school is located in Gopalapuram. I studied in DAV Matriculation Higher Secondary School. And every day, if I have to go to my school, I have to cross his clinic and go there. So, Dr. Muruganathan had told me it was a conference of endocrinologists and diabetologists completely. So when I saw his name, I immediately asked him, "Sir, is that clinic, does it belong to you?" Then it brought me back to my school days. So that has been a landmark of Gopalapuram for years and years of that. Really thanks to you. Those were the days when I used to think, this seems like some fancy clinic. Will we, like being a student, first of all, we will not get sugar, soya. For sure, you will not need to go there. But someday we have to meet the person who has done this. And today I had the privilege of meeting you, sir. Thank you. And to this conference, ever since I joined police as a profession 9 years back, I have been away from academia. I was an engineering graduate working in a corporate company who transited to civil service. So when you enter civil service, you deal with the burning issues of the day. You start trying to give solutions on a day-to-day basis. Like every day you have at least 10 to 15 people knocking at your doors with their problems. And you forget academics at every possible level. You forget that there are research papers that are required, research is more required. We are more concerned with day-to-day affairs, how this 24 hours gets over and what the next 24 hours brings for us, actually. So sitting here again takes me back to my college days when we used to present papers, when we used to, do more research. And I started reminiscing how nice the life was, actually, when we used to worry mainly about what future is ahead. Like sitting today, we will think 10 years later, how the world will be. And I can see here professionals in front of me doing exactly that. And as we go ahead into the next decade, where I'm sure all of us here believe the journey we have traveled over the last 30 years, India as a country in research, scientific affairs and everything, these sorts of academic forums are what is required, will propel us into the next decade. So we as corps may hold the today. We as corps may hold the present India in its own state. But you as doctors, researchers, will take us forward. And I'm sure this conference, the 10th International Conference, will play a huge role in this taking it forward. And I have talked of during COVID times, I was in Kanyakumari and we had that was the time we had a lot of interaction between doctors and police as a system itself. Where on a day-to-day basis, I used to be in touch with all the doctors in my district as to what is the current situation. First of all, as an individual citizen, how will COVID affect me?
We were clueless as individual citizens as to how things are going to happen. And of course, as a cop, how exactly it's going to affect the civilians under me. But those are the times we realized only to doctors and to cops, people actually come when they are in problems and they look for solutions outside themselves. And once again, it's a great privilege for me to be here, standing, addressing all of you here. And I hope all the best for this conference. And I hope for years to come, this DECON will keep continuing. And I'm sure as it enters its teen, it will have its own set of, maturing period and going ahead. All the best to all of you. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir, for that kind address.
Now I welcome Dr. Vivian Lim to join the sessions. To join us with the dais. Welcome you, ma'am, onto the dais. Now we would like to share a token of love to Dr. Vivian Lim by Dr. Suresh Damodaran. Thank you. Okay, I invite Dr. Vivian Lim onto the podium to felicitate the meeting.
Thank you very much for that award. I have to say this is really off the cuff because I was shocked that I was even supposed to come up here. So thank you for asking me to give this talk. Yesterday was our National Day, in Singapore's National Day, so we are 59 plus 1 years old today. And this is 10 years of DECON. I have to congratulate Dr.Suresh Damodaran and his wonderful team. This is an excellent, excellent endeavor. And I'm always very big for Asia and having our own data. And I can see with the experts here that we really, really are getting our own data. As in about 10 to 15% of the Singapore nation actually have immigrants previously. We were immigrant nation. And so we had people from South India coming over. So I'm very, very familiar with the food as well as the Indian population. And I really love that data that I'm getting from India. And I love the conversations that we had about obesity, about diabetes, and the drivers of our metabolic syndrome. So I think that I see big things coming from India, from Coimbatore. That was, I have to go and pronounce it properly. And I really, really expect and hope for more big things. And I know also that my greatest sympathy, I was having a discussion with Dr. Mohan yesterday, that you are facing a huge, huge tsunami of not just obesity, but what it drives, which is all the metabolic syndrome. And the peak is not here yet. And I think that with our collaboration between Asia, Southeast Asia, and if we can get together, we definitely, hopefully, will be able to stem this tsunami, at least make it plateau, and then hopefully go down further. So thank you very much, people, and good luck in your fight against obesity and diabetes.
Thank you, Dr. Vivian Lim, for that kind words. Now, I welcome the Chief Patron of DECON, Dr. Muruganathan, for the oath of thanks.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Yeah, I always evoke response before I begin my speech because I want everyone to be awake. No, I don't mind if you sleep, but don't snore. Friends, it's given me a great pleasure to stand before you to propose vote of thanks. At the outset, I must thank our chief guest, Superintendent of Police, Mr. Badri Narayan, who has agreed to come as chief guest. Only 3 days back I called him. Because, we always do this inauguration in the last minute only. And actually, the Vice Chancellor, MGR University, Dr. Narayan Swamy, was supposed to come. He was held up because of some governor's assignment. So last minute he could not come. He was supposed to join us virtually. Till now we were trying, so he's not able to join. But anyway, I thank him also for accepting to be here, and he wanted to, really participate in this program. Next, there are a lot of dignitaries on the dais and off the dais, so I must thank each and everyone. Let me first thank Mohan. V. Mohan is a legend, and SP was saying it is a landmark in Gopalapuram. Sorry, sir, it is not the landmark in Gopalapuram. It's a landmark in India and landmark in the global. So he is with us, and he's there for last 2 days, and he's going to be there tomorrow also. So it adds value and strength. Then, of course, the awardees. We had normally every year, myself, Suresh, and the committee selects the 5 awards. The first award was we decided DECON Decade. DECON Decade. This is also Decade. So DECON's Decade Award, we chose Bansi Sabu. Bansi Sabu really deserves that award. And there is a small selfish element also. Bansi Sabu, can you stand up, please? Please recognize Bansi Sabu. Please give a round of applause for him. He's so bright because he's also son-in-law of Coimbatore. That is why he's very bright. We are, privileged to have him here. For the last 2-3 years, we are disappointed he could not come. 7 years he could not come, but this year he has come. So thank you, Bansi Sabu. Then comes Dr. Singh. He's one of the best endocrinologists, and we didn't have any problem in selecting him. So M.K. Singh, thank you very much. Once again, round of applause for you. And then we thought about clinical excellence. Then Coimbatore Medical College, Dr. Geeta, please stand up. Dr. Geeta is the professor of medicine, very academic knowledge person, good person. So we gave award as Excellence Award. And then, of course, thank you, Geeta. Palni Swami is from Namakkal. He's one of the best academician. He's a rural doctor. So, thank you. See, why I first thank the awardees. This conference you would have witnessed, it's a mixture of so many things. It's a blend of national, international, rural, urban, students, pharma, nurse, comprehensive conference. Nowhere, anywhere in the conference you will have this sort of, atmosphere. We have nurses, we have paramedicals, we have junior students, senior faculty, national faculty, international faculty. So this DECON is unique in that way. So all these ideas, not only mine, it is our Suresh only. Whatever Mohan said about Suresh, I think I always absolutely agree with him. So please give a round of applause for Suresh, who is really a dynamic person. Whenever he organizes conference, he doesn't sleep. He doesn't allow others also to sleep, the organizing committee and myself also. Every day he'll call me at least 10, 15 times. What about the chief guest? See, Badrinarayan was held up in somewhere. Today itself he called me 5 times. Did you follow Badrinarayan? How can I follow? I'm not a girl to follow him. But he said, no, he's a very handsome person. Of course, right. So I was telling him, he's held up in the traffic. Normally we only tell people whenever we get late. Why late? Traffic jam. But Badrinath also today told me he's held up because of the traffic jam. I don't know whether, but when he said it must be correct. Like this, Suresh always has enough, more ideas. This year is not over. Yesterday he was asking me, what should we do next year, something unique? I said, let this year over, Suresh. We'll think about it. Because, he always thinks about DECON. And, he brings everybody from all over the world. I'm very thankful to Lim from Singapore. She joined us late. Please give a round of applause to Lim. Very, very good, energetic lady, Lim. And of course, we got on the stage, Alliance is from UK. Alistair. Please, Alistair, please stand up to be recognized. He is a very great man, very tall personality, both in the physics as well as in his subject. Thank you very much. And of course, K.S. Harikumar from Hyderabad. Please, Harikumar. Please. So even the stage, if you see, we are internationally represented. Singapore, Hyderabad, Calcutta, Chennai, Tamil Nadu, Bangalore. You know, all these people from various places. I can see Vijay Viswanathan, Dr. Usha. So many stalwarts are there. You can, and the orator of the Mohan diabetic from the Satyanath. Satyanath, please stand up, Satyanath. Satyanath is from Calcutta. So we thank him also. And I also want to thank Suresh's team. Please stand up, all of you, please, the organizing committee. Please stand up yourself to be recognized. Please give a round of applause to the one person we cannot thank now because she's Reni. Reni, she's operating from Dubai. And Reni is one of the best organizing person. From Dubai, she's organizing. You know, every day she's calling. Though there is a time difference, she coordinates each and everything. So I should thank the organizing committee also. And I should not forget the pharma and the industries, all the friends who support this conference every year. So I think I thank all the industries and supporters, pharma people and friends. Because every year, as Mohan said, it's becoming better and better. And everybody was saying about puberty, teenage and all that. I don't know why even Badri was saying, this is the age, you know, we are in adolescent age. So we'll be more aggressive. We will be more romantic. Romantic means not in other sense. So we'll be very aggressive also, very enthusiastic. But I want to tell you, we won't become old. We'll be like this only forever. Markandayan, you know Markandayan. So this DECON will be always a Markandayan. It won't be growing old also. Even if we grow old, we'll keep our energy young in the mind. And last but not the least, I have to thank all the participants, delegates who have come from all over India. Every year you are coming, you are learning a lot of things. It's our pleasure to share knowledge through DECON, and we want your support also in the future. And I once again thank the press reporters, media reporters, all those people who are helping us to make this function and conference a grand success. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir, for those amazing and kind words. On behalf of the organizing committee of DECON, we are very much happy that this inaugural ceremony was a success. Without any further ado, let's move on to the next session, Padma Shri Dr. V. Mohan Oration.